Welcome to your practice. This is going to be a morning flow or whenever you decide to watch this. We're going to be focusing on flexion through our hip as we draw our knee towards our chest, and also extension. Props that you'll want to have for today include a set of yoga blocks and a blanket, and we're going to use this for one of two purposes. So option one, if you have some sensitivities in your knee and you like to pad them, we have this option. And then we're going to be using our blanket at the very beginning of our practice. So you're going to want to fold it up into maybe about 3 or 4 parts. We're going to be creating this bar to help elevate our shoulders and open up our chest. So just placing the bar that we've created towards the back of your mat, and we want it to actually be in line with the top of our shoulder blades. So you might need to just take a moment to settle in and slowly make your way, and just notice if you might need to make any adjustments. And then as you settle in, just finding what sort of width you want to have your knees, if you want them to be together, hips width or more. And then opening up just to allow arms to settle onto the floor. And from here, can we start to bring some awareness to the mat below us? Feeling the soles of our feet touching the mat. Feeling the cup of our glutes and sacrum connected to the mat. Starting to feel where the rest of our spine is connected and supported. Feeling the openness through your chest, through your sternum, and where arms begin to interact with the mat. Feeling the backs of your hands or maybe side, and then feeling the back of your head along the mat. Bringing awareness to the imprint that we might be making. Can we start to bring awareness to our breath? Maybe bringing a hand to heart and hand to belly might help us to feel a little bit more deeply into our breath, to really feel each inhale and feel each exhale. Observing how belly rises with each inhale and how belly starts to drop. We feel navel moving down towards our spine with each exhale. Continuing to just observe this movement, bringing us in towards the present moment. Let's take a few more breaths here before we start to move. So starting to bring your awareness back to your space. And we'll begin by drawing our knees in towards our chest. And then we'll start to reach our legs out straight to about a 45-degree angle. Drawing knees back in towards chest. We inhale to straighten legs, flex feet. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale and lengthen. and exhale as you draw in. And just placing feet back onto the mat. Let's remove the blanket that we have and just placing it anywhere to the side. Let's find the same foundation without the blanket. And we're going to just allow our feet to hover. So our knees are over our hips and our heels are hovered, and we're also going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling, keeping them shoulder width apart. We're going to do that same extension, just using our right leg. So we inhale to lengthen, exhale, drawing knee back into place. So finding this rhythm again. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to return. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold. Keeping that foot flexed, keeping the leg at that 45-ish angle, and then slowly bring both feet and arms back down to the mat, allowing knees to drop from side to side. And switching to the other side, let's hover knees, raise arms one more time, and let's extend the left leg out and in. Inhale, keeping the flex, dropping as low as we choose. Inhale to extend, exhale to bend. Count this down for 3, 2, and last one, we hold left leg out. We lower feet, arm, and we prepare for our final round where we're going to be alternating the extension of arms and legs. So let's come back to our foundation. And this time we're going to extend our right leg and left arm at the same time. And then our left leg and right arm. And moving back and forth, coming to a 45, or maybe our hand reaches even further and we switch between our right and the left side of our body. Finding the opposition as we lengthen. And moving into our last extension. And then let's bring our hands to our knees and extend our feet up towards the ceiling. And then starting to draw our knees out to the sides to hold in a hip open shape. Let's just take a few breaths here. Let's start to release the hold, drawing our knees together, crossing at the ankles. And let's start to rock so that we can build some momentum to come back to seated whenever you are ready. And just take your time to make your way to a kneeling position with our toes tucked. And we're going to start to lean back a little bit, just enough to start to feel a stretch in our toes. Maybe taking a lean forward and back before finding a hold in this toe squat. to start to lean forward again, enough so that we can untuck our toes, and we're going to do the same leaning, but this time we start to hover our knees so that we're feeling a stretch through our ankles. And then let's start to make our way towards tabletop, so coming to our hands shoulder width apart, knees hips width apart, and toes untucked. We're going to stretch through our wrists, so rotating so that our fingers are towards us and taking a lean back. Another option, if you prefer, is to sit back and then just actually stretch your fingers towards your body. So choosing which one feels better for you, knowing that hands that are closer to body increase the intensity of the stretch. And also being mindful of your knees here. Welcome to pad knees. Bring that blanket back onto the mat. And opportunity to switch to the other side if you are sitting back to stretch out wrists. And finally, let's release and find our way all the way into child's pose. So knees together or wide, we bring our big toes to touch. And starting to draw our forehead down towards the mat. We might walk our fingers over to the right side of our mat. And then over to the top left corner of our mat to get an additional stretch. Let's bring our hands back towards the center and towards the top of our mat. Just savoring these last few seconds here. And then let's come into downward facing dog. So drawing hips back, we might march our legs, straightening and lengthening. Starting to find some stillness in this shape. And then let's start to make our way to the top of our mat, bending knees. Maybe we hop, maybe we step forward, staying in a forward fold. We can bend our knees or pump them to straighten and bend. And bringing hands to either elbow, introducing a little bit of sway from side to side. And bringing our hands back down to the mat. We're going to take a nice slow roll up all the way towards standing. And once we find our way all the way to standing, what little adjustments might you want to make? Finding some maybe balance through feet, rolling back shoulders. Let's take an inhale, reach arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, fold forward, bring our hands down towards the floor. Let's find our halfway lift, inhaling halfway. And exhale, planting hands back onto the mat. We're going to step back our right foot and bring our right knee down towards the mat. Let's make our way to a more upright shape into a low lunge. We can untuck back feet. We're going to find a twist. And just watch your balance here. So we're going to bring our gaze over our left shoulder. We can bring our hands to our front knee. Just taking a few breaths here. Option, you can start to guide your back leg, your heel in towards your body for a quad stretch. Just another breath here, and then we release. We're going to guide our front leg all the way, sweeping it back as we take our heel up, finding an arch, and exhale as we round and curl. And inhaling up, exhale to curl, So we're drawing our knee towards our nose. Last extension here. And let's bring our leg back down towards the mat. We're going to start to bring our hips down, bring our whole front body, grounding the tops of our feet, our pelvic bone, and slowly starting to hover head, upper body up off of the mat, and slowly lower. Let's do this a few times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Last one. Let's start to tuck our toes and slowly press back, guiding our hips back. And in our downward facing dog, let's lift our right leg high and just placing it on the back of our left leg, guiding our heel down with the weight of our extra leg. We might just pump forward and back on the ball of our foot, guiding our heels down. Let's lift that leg back and step our right foot forward. Slowly bring our left knee down to the mat and untucking our toes to press into the tops of our foot as we lift our knee up and down. Finding our lift up, feeling that stretch. One more time here. And lower. Let's tuck our toe. And let's grab our set of yoga blocks. Hopefully they are close to you. And we can put them on mid-height or highest height, whatever you need. Let's take this first opening of a low lunge as we inhale, reach open. And then exhaling, bending arms out for that first back bend. Let's inhale up. And let's find our movement of our hips back as we straighten our front leg. Just repeating the inhale of reaching arms up and exhale as we send hips back. Inhale, reaching up for our upward salute, and exhale to straighten our front leg. Let's hold in this half split. So maybe we start to scoot our leg forward. And just really take it how deep you prefer here. Also being gentle with yourself as well. Let's slowly start to come forward, bringing our leg back into place. And we're going to step our left foot to meet our right into a forward fold. Moving away the blocks. We get ready to inhale, reach arms up through center. And exhale, bringing our hands to our sides, taking a moment in this mountain pose to reset. And then getting ready to open, we inhale, reach arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale halfway up, and exhale. We're now going to step back with our left foot. Slowly bringing our left knee down, untucking our toes. Let's find that twist over our right shoulder and reach to hold our back leg to find our quad stretch on the other side. Let's gently start to release our foot back down to the floor. And let's slowly slide, coming into our cow and cat as we reach and arch, exhale and curl. See if we can keep our foot flexed as we find the arch, and as we draw our knee towards our nose in this curl. Last one here. We bring our knee back to the mat and start to guide our front body down towards the mat, bringing our hands to side ribs and starting to hover and lower. Little baby back bend, leading through, guiding nose. And let's start to tuck our toes, push our hips back to downward facing dog. This time we're lifting our left leg and then placing it on the back of our right leg, guiding our heel down. Start to reach our left leg high and then step our leg forward, bringing our right knee down to the mat and untucking our toes. Let's find that lift of our right knee and down, lift, back down. So we're getting an ankle stretch as we press into the top of our foot, and then let's grab our blocks. Inhaling, reaching arms up with a back bend, and exhaling, hips back. If you need to walk your front leg forward, more than welcome to adjust so that this feels good in your body. Things at your own tempo. And let's start to slide our front leg forward, just to give a little bit more space so that we can find a little bit more length, a deeper half splits. Let's slowly start to draw our leg back towards us, moving our blocks out of the way. And we're just going to come right into seated. Let's bring the soles of our feet together, our knees out into a butterfly shape. Maybe we flutter our wings a little bit. And come to a little bit more stillness. An option to go deeper is to bring our arms under our legs to draw us in towards a fold. Or instead, just bringing hands to feet. Slowly starting to roll back up towards seated. We're gonna roll onto the left side of our body. Let's see if we can be parallel to the edge of our mat. I'm gonna come back so you can see me a little bit better. We wanna ensure that our ankles, knees, and hips are stacked. And then our top leg comes across our body onto the floor in front of us. And then we can lean back to reach for our bottom ankle. Staying on our forearms. Or we can go a little bit deeper if we want to use our arm as a pillow. And then starting to guide our top shoulder as far as deep as we choose to take this twist. If in the deeper twist, let's start to slowly unravel, coming back towards our forearms, releasing our back leg, and we're going to come on to our right side this time. So again, stacking our ankles, knees, and hips, and then bringing our top leg across, and then guiding our heel towards us. We're taking it a little bit deeper. We call this pose cat pulling its tail. Let's take a few more breaths here. slowly starting to unravel with whatever variation of twist we might have taken. We're going to make our way onto our back to reach our right leg high and cross it over our left thigh, starting to draw our right knee away. Or we can start to draw our left knee closer to us, interlacing behind the back of our knee. One more breath here. And let's prepare to switch to the other side. This time let's reach our left leg high, extend across our right thigh. We can come right into drawing our knee in towards our chest. Last breath here. And let's release by bringing our knees in towards our chest. We want to take this into a happy baby, guiding feet up. And we'll start to make our way into our final resting shape. We can come into Savasana with arms and legs wide. Shavasana could also be laying on one side. It could even be seated upright. Start to bring our awareness to the mat below us. We start to bring our awareness to our breath. Welcome to stay in the Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready for some movement, starting to find some wiggling in hands and feet. And when you're ready, finding some stretch through arms and legs. And taking a roll to one side, just taking a pause before coming back to seated when you are ready to. How are you feeling? Let me know in the comments. My name is Erica. Thank you for joining me for this morning flow. Namaste.